Got twerk asking for the run back. I'm talking clips, math, goods. I already done that.
I'm son right. It's bad news written all over this hammer. That's the done title.
Kill Lux clearly. That's a fun fact.
But then again, it was murder. Yo, like for CMG, we did this all for you, Gotti. Yeah. Shotgun, think Siamese twins, be two bodies. I shoot you. Be careful who you reckon with if you can't afford a new Bugatti.
Hey, but we got Geeksy Gotti versus you think cause you beat up Snake Eyes, you with the shit? Give a fuck what you did.
Next, man, you know what I'm saying? I know you working on the, before I get into that, I just wanted to gloss over I know you've spoken about it already, and I don't want to get too into it, but just kind of like wanted to get like a last perspective on just, the whole Black Compass Media, pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying, bootlegging and everything like that. Where are you at with it as far as like some of the statements that people feel as far as, Cola should be out of the culture, or just, certain things that, people feel, or like, what I'm saying? Like, and how can things be on a better system where you guys are just, back on a cool situation? You know what I mean? Where I can coexist.
The thing is with this, man, like, after the situation was exposed with pandemic, the way that shit got handled was terrible. Like, their responses was just horrible, and it made it worse and worse to the point where it done opened up this whole fucking can of worms. And now we've seen there's been other events where this has been happening, you know what I mean? And then it gets so crazy to where it gets to the Pat Stay event pops up. It's just like, damn, so how far is this going? So my thing is, when this started, it was like, I didn't like the way it was just handled from jump. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't no man shit. Because you got somebody that's a representative of the entity. You got somebody that's a part of Black Compass Media, right? The face of Black Compass Media is Tony Bro. And, I like to believe I have a relationship and a rapport with Tony Bro. I do have respect for Tony Bro. Now, with me saying that, I wasn't saying I don't respect Cola or don't respect Polo the way they tried to spin it to make it personal. Because believe you me, I can make this very personal. This is personal. You niggas took money out of my pocket. Basically, I could really make it personal. I got the right to call niggas names. I got the right to threaten niggas, but I didn't even go that far. So when I seen it, of course I tweeted it. But being that I got a rapport with Tony Bro, I need to know where Tony Bro stand on this. So I sent it to him like, yo, this is what's going on. He calls me while he's at an event. And he like, yo, I'm at an event. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm seeing a text, but we can send you this. And he said, I got this for you. Is that cool to send it to you, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, it's first step to try to make something right. I was cool with that. And then he was like, I spoke to Polo. Polo said he don't know nothing about it either. He want to holler at you too. You mind if I give him your number? I said, yeah. Cola calls me right after. Yo, you spoke to Tone, bro? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, blah, blah. It was quick. But immediately when I got off the phone, I'm just thinking like, why didn't Cola want to talk to me? Because Tony Bro saying he ain't have nothing to do with that. Polo saying he didn't know what was going on. Come to find out, he was actually in the chat. But it's only one Cash App that's being posted. You feel me? So why that nigga not reaching out? But whatever. Next day, Tony Bro, he actually is able to talk to me now. Because he was at an event. So as we talking, by that time, I see Cola on Twitter arguing with people, justifying his point, and then promoting he's going to talk more about it in the spaces. So he's promoting that. And he's promoting that. So I'm like, Tone bro, like, your man on Twitter justifying it, and he's promoting how he's going to be in the spaces. He like, yeah, well, he said, nah, he's not going to do that. He's not going to be in the spaces. He's not going to do it. So he assures me that he spoke to him and everything is cool. So at that point, I deleted my tweets because I'm not a grudge holder. If you could acknowledge you're wrong, you could make a step in the right direction to try to fix it, which what they did as far as trying to send me money that, even though when you think about it, you could think you sending me the money y'all made, but that's not enough, technically, because y'all was basically selling this shit for $10 when it cost $45. So technically, that ain't much, but I was willing to accept the effort. It was more so the effort than me. So once we spoke about it, I leave it alone. Then he gets in the spaces anyway. So it's like, okay, so he disregarded your word, Tony bro. So now he violated y'all. And I took your word, so he violated y'all. And it looks like to me like you ain't standing on what you standing on. So that's when I made my announcement as far as, all right, okay, Tony bro, I'm not going to have an issue with you. I'm going to take your word. You don't know what's going on. But you got to separate your platform from him right now, because if you told him not to do the spaces and he did it anyway, not only did he do it, he went in the spaces and got even more disrespectful. It was even more disrespectful. So I was like, all right, okay. Now I'm going to speak more on it, because I don't have to be quiet, which I think y'all gave me the money to shut this up. No, because this issue is bigger than bullpen. It is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so then when that's when I spoke about it, and that's when I said what I said. I'm like, to save the fucking arm, you might have to cut off the hand. Or to save the body, you might got to cut off the arm. I'm just saying, separate yourself if you got nothing to do with it. But if you do, and you standing behind him, I can't rock with Black Compass. Mm-hmm. And then he put out this apology. It's not genuine because you in the spaces still justifying it. So that, I think that's what made it worse. I think had Cola just acknowledged it, like, yo, look, I was wrong. It was foul. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't think it was that much of a deal. I was doing watch parties and taking donations. It won't happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I need to do to make it right with y'all? But instead, you fighting back. You pushing back with your ego. It's not the time to do that. And I think that's what made it worse. And now we at a space where it's so big, something has to happen now. Something got to happen.
What has to happen?
He got to fall back, man. Cola got to chill. He got to silence himself for a while. A lot of niggas feel like he need to disappear for good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about disappearing for good. You know what I mean? But I do think he need to chill. I do think something needs to be said along the lines, yo, you know what? I'm coming to the realization, whatever, I was wilding. My responses was wrong. Everything. I was wrong, flat out. With that being said, Cola, I'm going to fall back. So, if y'all going to have to miss me for a while, for the people that want to see me, y'all got to miss me for a while. I ain't going to be in the spaces. I'm not going to be on Black Compass. I'm not going to show up to no events. Shit like that. Because people are in an outrage. Y'all call it a fake outrage. This ain't no fake outrage. Show up to an event and see if it's a fake outrage. And that's not a threat from me. Because I don't want no harm to happen to him. I'm not on that type time with Cola. But yeah, you need to take some accountability, bro. You gotta humble yourself, and because this is nasty, man. This is not good, my nigga. This is not good. You are still a guest in this culture, bro. You still a guest. You've been here for how long? You think your only contribution to the culture? You think you made the biggest contribution to the culture by being in the spaces? That's not like contributing. Like it helps as far as the entertainment side, but you can't feel like since you've done that, you could just push back on the situation. You was wrong, and people that's trying to act like he's not wrong, got me looking at them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can look at this situation and not feel like that man is wrong. You can't justify it at all. So I just think moving forward, Tony Bro, instead of arguing with everybody, and Polo, instead of arguing with everybody to try to take up for Cola, that's not the time to do that. That's not the time. sometimes being loyal is telling your people when they wrong. Sometimes that is being loyal. You know what I mean? So, wow.
You know, I was listening to their spaces or whatever today, or when I was pulling up over here, and like, you know, it sounded like, you know, he has admitted to, you know, what he's done, and he's just saying like now people are just, I guess in a sense, exaggerating some of the things and adding extra things on him.
That's
and stuff like
deflected,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, fuck what they adding.
Yeah.
Focus on what is the truth. Because you sit there and say, yeah, I'm sorry for that. But all of this other shit, I ain't doing it. It ain't me. I ain't, like, you deflecting, you making the conversation about something else. Why are you addressing the other shit so much? Because if you find a way to really show some real accountability for what you actually done, you could ignore all that other shit. I'm not concerned about all that other shit. What they trying to say, the numbers of how many people was in there. All of that is speculation, man. One thing we know for a fact is this nigga was asking for donations to watch a stream that's obviously behind the paywall, and you are a part of a media company that we respected, that we accepted in this culture. So you gotta have some accountability, man. You have to. And why are you still doing spaces? Why are you still talking about it to this day, like right now? Because the more y'all talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. Don't think I'm not gonna leave it alone, because the more y'all feel like y'all wasn't wrong, the more I'm gonna feel disrespected. And regardless, if this wasn't bullpen involved, I would still speak up the same way for the culture. Like, that shit is foul. If it was any other league, it's foul regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. You know what I mean? I done gave y'all niggas interviews, plenty of interviews, and every time I was all Black Compass, it was good interviews. It was good shit. The one time you had me and Cola arguing over the easy shit, that did numbers. You know what I'm saying? When I just did the shit the week ago about about the pandemic and easy again, the 50,000, that did numbers. So it's just like, bro, come on, where's the respect, man? And all I ask is like, and then I see on the spaces, he was like, when people say like, Cola, why didn't you call John? He say, yeah, he didn't want to speak to me as much as I didn't want to speak to him. And again, like, there's no accountability there, because why are you mad at me? Why you don't want to speak to me? I should be the one that just don't. Why your ego gotta be, yeah, he didn't want to speak to me just as much as I didn't want to speak to him. I tried to offer that. He made it clear. When did I make it clear I didn't want to speak to you? It was a day after I spoke to Tony Bro and Polo, and I seen you in the spaces. I seen you on Twitter justifying everything. So at that point, I just knew me getting on the phone with you is just for you to say I spoke to John. I know how this shit work. No, I don't want to talk to you now, because you ain't showed no real humility, no real accountability. So why are we talking? It was after the fact. If Tone Bro, the night I spoke to him, if Tone Bro would have been like, yo, Cola want to talk to you. Is it cool if I give him your number so he call you? Yeah, I would have talked to him. And that probably would have worked better. I probably could have stopped him from going into spaces and doing all that dumb shit the next day on Twitter. I probably could have stopped him and could have helped the situation more. And it could have not went to where it's at now. But no, niggas' pride is too much, my nigga. It's not the time for that. You wrong. How you mad at me? Polo, how you mad at me? How you telling me I'm doing too much, talking on my caffeine about how I got bootlegged by you niggas, and I'm doing too much? Like, the audacity of you niggas. That's why I was like, bro, I could be doing so much more. What do you mean I'm doing too much? I'm really not doing enough. Niggas is getting at me because I deleted tweets, and yo, John, you not going hard enough on these people, but you got the nerve to say I'm doing too much? Like, that's crazy. And I watched the live with him and Tony Bro, and Polo seemed mad. Who are you mad at? Like, who are you? Why you don't have this type of energy towards the nigga that caused all of this? Granted, you don't have to have it publicly, but you're showing publicly that you're not really concerned about that. You're concerned about what people saying about other shit. That's the shit I don't respect, man. As men, I don't respect that. Again, from jump, I didn't say I only respect Tony Bro. I don't respect Polo and Cola. I never said that. I said I have a rapport with Tony Bro. Polo, I just got your number when you just spoke to me after Tony Bro just gave it to him. I never spoke to Cola on the phone. I never spoke to them. So yeah, I respect Tony Bro in that regard. Have that respect for him.
Gotcha.
So even if I don't respect you niggas, so what? Y'all niggas show zero respect for me by fucking streaming the battle and charging less. Where's the respect in? So like, come on, my nigga. Y'all niggas ain't, y'all ain't handling this shit right. And it's looking worse by the day. It's really looking worse by the day. Y'all niggas need to make an announcement today. We are not dealing with Cola. This situation is just too out of hand. It was wrong. And we apologize for how we handled it or whatever. It need to be something like that. If not, I don't know what the future looks like for Black Compass Media. You're not going to get no interviews from no top tiers no more. You're not going to be welcomed by the leagues no more. I'm telling you this right now. It's not going to happen that way because you can't be trusted. And then if you got somebody that don't take your word, Tone Bro, you got somebody on your platform that don't take your word because you told me he wasn't going to go into spaces and he did it anyway. So he's not taking your word. So what happens? Nothing? Nah, bro. It can't be like that. So that's my whole take on the situation. You know what I mean? I don't, again, you know, I'm not one of these niggas that just wishing the worst on niggas because I do believe like karma got me. I feel like all of this shit is instant karma, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta go hunt niggas down and do all this other shit. I don't gotta do none of that. I just stand on what I stand on, and I'm a prominent voice in the culture, a real voice. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if I got the right to feel like, yo, we not fucking with Black Compass, they separate themselves from Cola because that's what y'all doing on the phone when y'all talking to me. Y'all saying y'all didn't know. Y'all ain't have nothing to do with what he's doing. Okay, so he was wrong by himself, then you put him on that island by himself. That's it.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. And I definitely looking at it myself. It's just like, damn, I just feel like it got blown out of proportion as far as like how everything could have been handled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what's blown out of proportion? I feel like it's being handled accordingly because it is that serious.
No. I'm not saying it's not that serious, but I'm saying as far as like, you know, guys could have, like, you guys could have talked about it behind the scenes as far as you and Cola chopping it up, and it could have got handled way better, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
don't try to reach out to me now after everybody's on your ass, after you gave a fucking poor, a poor response, you know, a fucking irresponsible response at that. Like, no, I don't want to talk after that because now you're just trying to save face. It's not genuine. If you should have known you was wrong the initial call you got from Tone Bro.
Gotcha.
I should have been talking to the whole team at that point. It should have been a DM from Cola or something. Yo, call me real quick. Trust me, I would have called, man. Believe you me, I would have called. Anybody that knows me know I would have called. Anybody that knows me know I'm the easiest nigga to talk to, bro. The easiest one.
Me, even in the beginning of my career and doing this shit, me and you had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? First time I did like a blog and did something, and you like, yo, my nigga, you got my number. You could have just called me, and I could have gave you the information.
That's it.
And you know what I'm saying? You could have made a, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay.
That's it.
You're right. At the end of the day, and you know what? You're right. That actually makes sense. It's not really stopping. You're not stopping what I'm doing. It says you're giving me more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then, so it's like at the end of the day, so it's like, you know what?
And once it's that acknowledgement, we can move on, bro. We ain't even got to dwell on it too much. We ain't even got to dwell on it too much. Because I could really be more mad than what I am, my nigga. Like, real talk. I could really be, I really should be pissed off. I really damn near, like, low-key handling this like a sucker almost. You know what I mean? But it just more, you know, it's just a bigger picture. I just move forward. Like, people see what's going on, and you know what I mean, and they see what's real. So I ain't really got to go that hard. Like,
definitely, man. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. Again, hopefully everything moves smoothly, and you know what I'm saying. These guys able to get to a better understanding, and we continue to get back. You know what I'm saying, to putting on because the year's just getting started.